Hello, my name is Summer. Thank you so much for joining me for another summer session. We're about to get into today's energy, so if you're curious what might be going on, stick around. We're about to get into it. All right, so I'm going to start by pulling a Citadel card per usual. See what archetype we're in for today. Hope y'all are doing well. Made a video yesterday on what the Jupiter and Leo transit is going to be looking like for this next year. So if you're curious about that, feel free to check that out. I'll put it in the description below. Dang, too many cards. Come on, just one. All right. The Spy Master, knowledge, distrust. All right, let's see what's going on with this card. Actually, I'm going to do like I did yesterday and not really read into it too much. Just go ahead and get to the traditional tarot. So if you don't care about the cards coming out, you're welcome to skip ahead to the message. Whoa. Wow, that's crazy. This card been coming out a lot the past few days. Wow, this is wild. All right, so off the bat, I'm feeling like this relates to, it's kind of a continuation to Monday's reading. So if you didn't see that, maybe go check that out before this one. But I feel like this card, starting with this card specifically, was a strong message because that card was over here when I believe it was right there when we did that reading. But yeah, it was really about finding your peace and understanding like you want to resolve an issue, but not in an anxious or way that involves like jumping the gun. I don't know, that term is, or that statement is kind of coming through, that saying. And I really feel like keeping this chill, even though you have all these like maybe intense feelings about something you realize. And the Spy Master is all about not focusing necessarily on somebody's faults, but being able to see things for how they are and not only focusing on the negatives. Yes, there are some things that maybe somebody else has, some things that have not been, helpful or conducive to you, that have been maybe affecting you in a not so fun way. I feel like that doesn't mean that you just berate them and attack them. It means that, okay, this isn't working for me, but how can I break it down in a way that doesn't make them feel like I'm attacking them or make them feel like I hate them or that I think they're a terrible person. All you're trying to say is, hey, this is not cool with me. And that's it. It doesn't have to be some attack on their character, right? And so I feel like there was a need to take a step back and maybe find some peace within that chaos. And I really spoke about that the other day. And with the Strength card coming next, it's saying that this is not easy. And that was another point I was making, is that being positive is not some easy thing that you can do. I say being negative is way easier than being positive, because I have always been a negative person and I have been working on this for years of how can I shift my perspective and my brain patterns, right? So that's been a focus, and maybe you're going through something similar, but I feel like this all is connected to the Empress side. Compassion, love, understanding, wanting to find harmony, that all stems from the Empress side, the feminine side of us. So I feel like with you doing this, this is already going to help bring more balance to the situation and bring about a more balanced outcome, a more favorable outcome for both parties involved, right? And I was honestly talking about that a little bit yesterday in the Jupiter in Leo reading of like how we're trying to balance our good and our bad, our shadow and our light, whatever you want to call it. You know, we're trying to figure out how do we balance that? How do we step out of arrogance, step into confidence, you know, that kind of thing. And with the King of Swords coming next and the Emperor, that is saying like you are learning to balance your feminine and your masculine side. So knowing when you need to be strong, but also knowing when you need to be soft, right? So with the King of Swords as well, I really feel like this is being able to express yourself in a different way, being able to express yourself in a way that doesn't harm people, but gets the point across, right? And it takes a lot of letting go in order to do that. Letting go of the need to be right, letting go of the need to always be the one in control, those types of energies. It's really just being able to understand that we're all on the same team, and it starts with you. You have to be a team within yourself in order to find that same teamwork outside of yourself. You're not going to find a bunch of beautiful situations if you're a horrible, you know, chaotic person underneath. You know, maybe your heart will bring in some good things every once in a while, but it's probably going to bring in a lot of chaos most of the time. So anyways, this is going to cause you to step into a brand new beginning, but it's not going to be easy. You're going to have to face some old wounds, old feelings that maybe you haven't really addressed in a while. And it's going to bring up some not so fun things. But you have to go through this in order to step into the new thing, right? So it's, yes, I'm taking the step on the path, but do I have the strength to continue on the path, even though it's starting out kind of rough and tough and not easy to feel? But you have to feel it in order to transmute it into something else. And that's where this comes in, right? So you're transforming these two negative aspects into something beautiful, something harmonious, fulfilling emotionally, and being able to turn any of these negative emotions that have been trying to get you for many years and say, you know what? I don't want that in my life anymore. I want harmony. I want beautiful rainbows. I want happiness. But you have to be willing to let this shit go. So that's up to you. Whether you step through this portal is up to you. And I can't force you to do that. I can only tell you what's ahead and what you might face. But whether you actually put it into effect, that's where you come in. So do you have the strength to push through these uncomfortable feelings and step through to the new beautiful beginning? Up to you. But the tower is going to crumble. And what I mean by that is the tower of ego, the shadow side that's been keeping you in the dark. It's okay to go visit your shadow and hang out with him every once in a while, but it's not good to live there. So allow this tower to fall so that you can create something new. And at first, you're going to be like, what the fuck is going on? This feels uncomfortable. I don't even know what's happening. I'm uncertain about so many things. And this, yet again, is another energy that you're going to have to push through and find your balance as you're going through it. I really feel like the main thing is, can you keep your cool when these uncomfortable, weird feelings arise that you don't necessarily understand? It's going to be a bit of a test of your commitment. But I feel like once you get through that, you're going to find so much motivation to leave the thing that isn't working for you and go after what does. What do you dream of? What do you need in your life? What do you want in your life? What do you desire? You're going to have the motivation to go after it after you face, you know, the deep depths of yourself. So, you know, with the King of Cups, oh, and the Queen of Swords is crazy, along with the Ace of Swords. It's going to be a bit of a test, but I feel like you have the strength, and especially if you get past all of this, you're going to have cultivated so much strength that you're going to be able to handle this easy peasy lemon fucking squeezy. So with this Queen of Swords matching the King of Swords, you're balancing out how you express yourself and how you express those emotions that are within you in a healthy way, not some way that's damaging to other people, but you're finding your voice right now. You're finding your divine way of expressing yourself. And that definitely relates to yesterday's message as well. So, man, this is tough, but this is going to lead to some really positive, concrete results. And ravens and crows have definitely been a sign of mine lately, and so have keys. So I feel like, yes, it's going to look like dark and scary, but there's something really special that this dark, scary energy is bringing. So be open to it. Trust the bird. Look how it has a ring around its ankle, and then the person has a ring around their finger. You're connected to this dark side. It's okay. We all have dark and light within us. But how do you find balance between your dark and light? All right, let's get some confirmational messages with the good tarot. Jesus, not too many. Messenger of water. Wow, a lot of water coming through at the end here. Yeah, it might be kind of emotional as you move through this. Man, the 7 of water wants to come out so bad. I pulled it yesterday, so I was like, I don't think I need to pull it again, but it wants to come out, so... Oh, sorry about the glare. And the Magician again! I pulled these cards yesterday. That's crazy. All right, let's get a couple more. The Moon. Illusions being broken. Wow. Oh my God. The Fool card and King of Cups, King of Water. Bruh. And the Ace of Earth. Okay, I wasn't going to pull that many, but geez, I feel like I have to. So let's read Messenger of Water, because I feel like there's a message in the text. A call to fall in love with yourself. Yeah, I definitely feel like that's a huge message here. I feel like Jupiter entering Leo is definitely affecting our confidence and giving us the strength to express ourselves in our own authentic way. I need to look for the best in others and honor it, even when it seems a challenge to do so. My attractions stem from self-love and a knowledge that I am a part of all love, which takes many forms, each exquisite in its own way. I can have what I desire. There is no need for jealousy, anger, resentment, or fear when I am love, and love flows into me powerfully. If you're jealous of something, that means you have the capability to get that thing. You just might not be allowing yourself to. You might not have the confidence to. And so maybe you need to work on your confidence so you can get to that point and to do what you want to do. You know, I think that people start to really form a resentment towards people that have things that they don't have. But I really feel like that causes so much damage. Jealousy and revenge and that type of energy really fucks your spirit up, dude. Like, it will destroy you. So maybe check yourself before you wreck yourself and making sure that you're not casting projections onto other people that are just based in your own self-hate. And that's tea. This is all about being open to the possibilities around you. So making sure that you're seeing the opportunities that are on your horizon and opening up to all these things and having the confidence to go after whatever your heart is calling you to go after and putting that shit into effect with the Magician here. It's like, can you turn what you don't like into what you do? Can you transform it? There's never a time where you need to be like, oh, this sucks. I hate this so much. It's more about like, okay, so this isn't working for me. How do I turn it into something that does? And how quickly can you land on that mindset? It's okay to get bogged down sometimes with some negative thoughts, but how quickly can you bounce back from that? How quickly can you get yourself out of that? That's the key here. Can you sit with it and not rush yourself, but understand that all it takes is a fucking perspective shift? But you got to feel your emotions first, and you got to see the best in other people. This was a strong message yesterday of like being able to see value in other people's opinions. Every life form has something to offer. Just because someone has more money than somebody else doesn't mean they're a better person. We need to step out of that money holds emotional value type energy. However I should say that. I don't know. But I've been facing that a lot, of seeing people of like, oh, well, I make a bunch of money, so it doesn't matter what type of person I am. Bitch, yes, it fucking does. If anything, it matters 10 times more. Because if you're an asshole with money, you're like triple the asshole. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I feel like a lot of people are breaking free from illusions at this time. And, you know, whether those illusions are stemmed in negativity, or not negativity, but insecurity, or whether they're in arrogance. I feel like people are hopefully finding that middle ground, and the universe is going to start humbling people, or it's going to start lifting people up. So, you know, be open to that. You might be called to address some things. Oh my God, and transformation underneath. Shut up, dude. You might be called to address these things within yourself, whether you're overly confident and arrogant or whether you're insecure and damaging yourself. They both are bad for you. Equally. Just because it's on this side of the spectrum doesn't make it any better than it is on this side of the spectrum. Do you know what I'm saying? Find your balance. Find what works for you. If we all find our balance, we can all live in harmony together. And remember that we're all human, just evolving and transforming the best way we know how. So maybe we should have compassion for everybody else, because we're all going through it. So step into this new beginning. It's time. Let it all go. Let all your pain from the past go. It's not going to help you anymore. Hiding yourself away ain't working. Being the loudest person in the room, I'm sure it ain't working. How can you find a way to balance those two aspects and start new? The Ace of Earth. I kind of want to read Ace of Earth. Let's see. Prosperity in its purest form. Concrete results in the physical world. Abundance made manifest. I recognize the many forms of abundance and plenty, and I align myself with success. I can generate gold from the resources I have at my fingertips. I make an impact. The essence of prosperity is taking form in the material world. So when you go through all this crap, it's going to have its heights and it's going to have its lows. But when I tell you you're coming out the most purest form of yourself, that is what is going to take you far. That is what's going to bring you abundance. That is what's going to bring beauty back into this fucking world. And it's not about being perfect. It's about being you. It's about being your authentic self. I heard something from Mindy Kaling earlier in her interview with Amy Poehler. And she was like, she said, what is beautiful is what is real. And I'm like, fuck yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I just really feel like we've all wanted to look a certain way, wanted to be this and wanted to be that. And it's like, bro, can we all just be our individual selves? Instead of always striving to be something that we're not, or something that isn't authentic to us. Yeah, that's just how I've been feeling about that. So let's get some Moonology messages before we close it out. Show the world the real you. Get the fuck out of here, y'all. Oh my God. I'm saying. I'm fucking saying, dude. Like, what? Oh my God. That is crazy. A time to give rather than take. Stop taking from yourself and give to yourself. Nourish yourself. Be there for yourself. Be your biggest supporter. Be your biggest fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't shy away from expressing and embracing you and who you are and who you become. And if you find yourself, oh, I wish I was them, or oh, I wish I was like that, find out why. What's making you want to be like that? What in you has the capability to get there that you aren't allowing yourself to? Or what about that is making you feel insecure? I don't know. Dive into those subjects, because it can really help you in the long run. It can help you find yourself. You know, anytime I got jealous of somebody, I'd be like, what's going on there? Why am I jealous of this person? I know for a fact I wouldn't want that. What is missing in my life that's making me want what they have? You know, and because it's not about them. It's about you at the end of the day. All right, let's get one more of these. Have faith in your dreams. Yeah, it's time to embrace that Delulu, I can do this energy. You can do anything you want. Anything your heart desires is possible. Now let's get some guidance messages. Jesus. Take time out. Yeah, this is, you need to come back to yourself. If you're feeling really disconnected from yourself and like you don't know what you want and you're getting frustrated at every little thing, you might just need some alone time. You might just need to recharge and rest. Okay? So listen to your body if it's trying to tell you that. Spirit guides. If you're stuck and confused, you might need to connect with your spirit guides. They're always around you. They're always with you. And if you struggle to connect with them, you can always reach out to me, because that's basically what I do is my spirit guides talk to your spirit guides and we have a little conversation and I tell you what they were talking about basically. And they're like, hey, they're having this problem here and this is what they need to do, but we haven't been able to get through to them because fear has been too loud. And I'm able to be like, yo, what's going on with them? Because I don't have fear thinking about your situation. You know what I'm saying? So it allows me to tap in a little bit easier. So if you're struggling to connect, maybe reach out to me and I'll be able to help. But if not, you might just need to meditate and connect and see what's arising. Re-energize your life. Yeah. Clear, positive space, harmony. I am feeling such positive energy with this Jupiter and Leo. I know it's going to be a little tough at first, but I feel like it's going to be transformative and people are really going to be able to, you know, find themselves at this time. And I feel like we really need that. We need clarity. We need positive energy. And we need a re-energizing of whatever the fuck energy has been coming for us. We need to reconnect with our soul. This is what this is making me feel like. This is not really talking about outside of you much. This is all internal shit. Resting, clearing out the energy, and connecting with your guides. So whatever that means for you. And reconnecting with Mother Earth. I talked about this yesterday. So don't forget about her. She's very important. Go on a walk. Go, you know, hug a fucking tree or something. It helps. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me here. I really appreciate it. Let me know how it resonated for you in the comments below. And if you're interested in more content from me, you're welcome to check out my Patreon or send me an inquiry for a personal private reading. That's all going to be in the description box below. Thank y'all. Have a good one. Bye.